All right, guys, we have Aspen Ladd. Gavin, why don't you start us off?
Hi, Aspen. So in your last fight, obviously it didn't go as planned. Was there anything that surprised you coming to the PFL?
Anything that surprised me in that fight or surprised me in general with the PFL?
The fight.
Well, she didn't engage, so there's that. Based on previous fights, it's like, oh, this will be a fun one. Not so much.
Okay, and since obviously now you're going to probably need a finish to make the playoffs, have you made any changes to your training?
Definitely in the fact that the training itself, not so much. We train regardless, but in the approach, because I've tended to be a slow starter, can't do that. You got one opportunity to get it done, and we're treating this more like a 5-minute fight.
Okay, thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Jack.
Jack Bowen with Combat Sports UK. Aspen, how's the fight week going so far?
As good as you can hope, honestly.
That's great to hear. I just needed to know, with this season format, coming off a loss with two fighters at the top of the division, holding stoppages, is there any added pressure? And what is the overall feeling knowing that you will probably need a first or second round stoppage to clinch a spot in the playoffs?
There's definitely pressure on it. There's pressure on the first one too, but it's really a do or die situation.
Thank you.
Jake.
Aspen, welcome to the East Coast. How you liking it compared to beautiful Pacific Northwest?
The Pacific Northwest is home, and I will always favor that. It's okay out here. It's muggy as far as cities goes. One's pretty-ish, but I'm always going to be more favorable as far as home goes.
Fair enough. I understand. And last time out, and I don't need to say much. I just want to ask about the third round, because the third round, you seem to come alive. Something clicked. What happened there? And did you recognize something that you can use going forward in future PFL fights for success?
Definitely. And that's what I was touching on a second ago, as far as not waiting so long to get started. Got to do that in the first round.
And then both of you guys are known for your grappling. If this fight does hit the canvas, how do you expect the grappling realm to go?
If this fight hits the canvas and she actually wants to engage in grappling, that would be beautiful. I haven't had somebody wanting to do that in a long time, and that would be a fun fight.
Thank you so much, Aspen.
Thank you.
Jay Christian.
Miss Ladd, how you doing, madam?
I'm doing well.
Okay. Jay Christian Gary, your Focus Fights audio, by the way. I just got a couple questions to ask. First of all, when it comes down to, your change up, obviously from being in the UFC to being in the octagon, you had two fights in the PFL cage so far, the smart cage. How has everything been holding up with this change of promotion from being in the UFC octagon to being in the PFL?
There's definitely many, many similarities as far as, because before the UFC, like I was in Invicta, then I was in the UFC, now it's PFL, and they're all high level shows and they're all run very, very similarly. Like the things you have to do leading up to a fight, the way you have to prepare, everything is within the same like realm and ballpark. So the format is not new as far as me personally, like what you have to do, how you have to prepare, and then the ultimate goal, get in there, get the win, get out. But with the PFL, there's definitely more of a chill vibe. Like, yeah, you have your stuff you have to get done, but it's not militant. It's I've enjoyed that aspect of it.
Understood. And considering the fact that you're still in the standings, or as the Brits say, still on the table, so to speak, when it comes down to being in the running for the PFL Women's Featherweight World Championship, let's just say you make it all the way to the finals and you win the tournament, what would winning $1 million do for not only your career, but your aspect of, teaching future generations about the fight game?
Honestly, right now, the generations that I'm concerned about are my own siblings coming up, and I will continue to do everything I can as far as they go. And personally, winning that, I don't know what other people say, but I see it as paying off my house, becoming very comfortable in that way. But I'm fine. So, yeah. I don't know.
And if Karolina Sobek was hearing this right now, figuring out what are all these people saying in English when she can only say stuff in Polish, what would you say to her right now in order to get her hyped for the fight?
I truly hope you actually want to fight, Carolina. That's about it. Like, two people that actually want to go in there and put on a show is how you have a good fight. It's really rough when that's not the case with both parties.
Understood. Well, other than that, Aspen, best of skill on Friday. We hope you do well.
Thank you.
No
And-
problem.
Anik.
Aspen, Anik Subramanian, Fightbook MMA. I have one quick question for you. If you had one dream fight in mixed martial arts, who would it be and why?
Oh man, there's a lot. There's so many. One of them just retired, so that doesn't count anymore. Ooh. Now I'm trying to think about it. We got the current queen here, which that fight is likely to happen not too long. Harrison would be fun. I would like to fight Kayla Harrison.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and excited to see you compete on Friday.
Thank you.
Marty.
Hey, Aspen. Aspen,
Hey.
you've had such a decorated career, and you're still only very young. We know that you're a finisher, whether it be by KO or submission. How would you get back to getting those fights stopped? What do you need to do, or what have you done to be able to do that?
I got to get back to my vicious younger self. Yeah. And there's other things too, where it's like a little bit harder to finish with the lack of elbows. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to turn more back towards submissions, that kind of thing. But really focusing on just the aspect of wanting to get in and get out as soon as possible and through the other person, as opposed to waiting out, seeing a little bit, too much analyzing going on.
Thanks. And we know when you're home, you're in the mountains. What is it specifically about the area that you like? Is it the solitude? Is it the weather? What's it like in your personal life?
Oh man. So I tend to be a little bit introverted, and I've always been that way. And I grew up in the mountains. My grandpa took me out all the time, and I was basically the only one growing up that didn't want to escape it. I love the solitude. I love being away from people and at elevation and seeing all these beautiful things where I don't have to worry about anything at all, as far as human interactions or my job or anything like that. I just get out and go. So for me, it's the peace and balance side of what I do professionally. That's how I go and detox from this. And then I come back and I do better when I'm here.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Aspen. All the best.
Thank you.
All right, Mills, finish us off.
Hey, how's it going? Aspen MMA Locker Room, part of Pub Sports Radio.
It's going good.
Good. I hear a lot of the things you're saying in this media day, and it seems like, you're coming to fight. You're definitely coming to fight. Seems like sometimes, you need two opponents to entertain and, to dance. Let's just say if this fight, if it goes the same way as the last one, what are you going to be able to do to actually, get this fight in your favor instead of it going like the last way?
I'm going forward regardless. I don't care. I'm done with the decisions. I don't want to ever feel that crap again. So either she can choose to fight or she can't, but it's going to be a fight.
Got it. And then this year too, no Kayla Harrison in the competition. A lot of the big favorites that was supposed to win so far, hasn't been able to get that victory yet. So the competition's right open and willing. So how do you feel about your opportunity and chances to compete for the final?
I think based on this previous seasons, there's some different rules nowadays, but I looked it up and things. I think there's still plenty of opportunity point wise. So we'll see. Ideally, yes, I want to move on, want to go forward, but nothing matters beyond, tomorrow night, the night after. Nothing matters beyond this fight.
Got it. And then a lot of times I see you training, you got pictures with your dog. Are you bringing your dog with you to the fight to, bring out the dog?
Oh gosh, I got 3 of them, and it would be a little bit rough because Kylo would try to eat people, and the girls would be one of them, the newer one, would be so excited that she just loved everybody to death. So they are being babysat by their grandma right now.
Got it. No worries. Love to see you fight this week, and best of spirits.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, Aspen, that's all it for this one.
Cool.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you.
We're just gonna go next door to the other